Let me guess. You think using emojis at work makes you look unprofessional, too casual, maybe even silly. Here's the thing. If you're leading a team, managing up, or trying to influence across the business, you need to create more intimacy than is expected, not less. A friend of mine is a well-respected CEO of a large business. He was recently in a leadership team meeting. One of his direct reports laughingly said he knew when they'd done well. At the end of each week, the CEO would send a thumbs up if they did well, but if they crushed it, he'd send a heart. My friend had no idea he was doing it. It was completely unconscious. Now, I work with some highly intelligent, efficient, strong personalities who can appear intimidating to their colleagues. I can imagine that if they were to add an emoji, that would reduce the fear factor and increase reassurance. But it's not as simple as just adding emojis. These C-suite executives would need to look at how they relate. Intimacy in communication only works if it's authentic, and communicating authentically is much harder and even more necessary if you're working with teams in other locations. But the simple act of adding an emoji or two can be very effective at creating intimacy in communication. A 2025 study in BLOS 1 found that when people received messages with emojis, they rated the sender as more responsive and felt closer to them. It didn't matter if it was a smiley face or a pizza slice. It wasn't about the emoji type. It was the signal that the other person was emotionally present. So here's your move. Start treating emojis like tone of voice cues, not decoration. Used well, they signal warmth, attentiveness, and that you're not just managing tasks, you're building relationships. You don't need to go full Gen Z. One emoji can change the emotional tone of a message. A warm smile can say thank you. A heart shows appreciation. A party hat celebrates a win without needing a whole paragraph. One word of caution, thumbs up and smile are fine if you're messaging older generations, but careful they don't come across as passive-aggressive, particularly with your younger co-workers. Sometimes these icons can carry an ironic subtext. So in a digital-first workplace, intimacy is your competitive edge. If an emoji helps you show up as a more human leader, use it.